happy about.
Yeah, this is awesome. Always constantly vamping up to make preparation for us casters and viewers at home. We're going to see some aggression from Alone with the Sheriff in sewers. Going to find a pick and back off. Wow. Great shock dart on the Sub Rosa as well from Moonblue. So some great opening picks here from GK. We're going to have to see how TSM's going to recover as they're still looking to lay into this A site.
And really, it's just good fundamental peaks for GK off the rip. You get the flash in, use that as a way to peek. Nice one tap from Alone, and then the follow-up just as clinical as the first. So an early 3v5. And for TSM, boy, this is obviously not going to be an easy site to crack. And you kind of have to wonder with the agents you have left, how are you even going to even attempt to get into this in an odd man situation?
You're really just hoping Wardell can find something here. He's used that ability to get out Chambers' pistol. He's got a few rounds for it, and so you're hoping that maybe he can just find you a bit as they do start marching in here. Trying to overwhelm with defenses left. We are going to see Aleko able to pick up Moonblue. And Wardell does pop one off as well. So they get into a 1v3, or 2v3 rather. They do have sight. They could get Spike down at the very least.
2 for 1 is good. Now the turret can also be kind of a third defender here of the post plant. Wardell still holding close. They've got one player low at 15 HP. That's Paw. Here comes the pusher on the backside. Nice.
That Spike plant looking to go ahead and force up some Spectres.
And I really do love that inclusion because I think one of the big talking points we started to see as we got deeper and deeper through the year last year, and especially at Champions, was, you know, those efficient rounds where you're not necessarily looking to buy too much. What's the kind of efficacy of you kind of going into a light buy situation or just kind of meandering on whatever you picked up from the round previous? So we'll see kind of how things unfold as that stat comes through. Trapwire has already been deleted as a quick posture towards C seems to be on the table. And there's the dash in. Also the pull. Corey first one forward. Yum doesn't even have a chance to fire back as it's just TSM all over the site.
Yeah, they just quickly wrap Garage and up long. Good Asher utility to try to crack open some space. Now they will get that spike in. They will start backing off to play it from a long C position. Aleko still in here with the drone. Just trying to get some intel turret up top as well. So they have a pretty good grasp of this site. Pretty good intel gathering out there. They've shut down the Trailblazer already. And now they're just got to hold.
Already scouting out one. Trades come through. Toth eventually dealt with. He was the player through Garage. It all falls on to Moonblue.
That sort of thing. So to see Wardell give that up, Corey to take that position as like a rifling type of jet, and then have Wardell opping on the chamber is a pretty interesting combination.
Early aggression coming out. Cyber Cage kind of preventing at least some of the early full take, but it's not really going to stall out too much as TSM have made their way forward.
It kind of reminds me of like the rifling jet of Scream in Europe, you know, having an aggressive rifle on the jet roll, something that you even saw a little bit out of 100 Thieves as well. It's just kind of a mop-up round, if we're honest. You know, something that we saw out of 100 Thieves as well, having a rifling jet at times with their duelists. So, yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out.
And gut check call, too. I mean, we saw for GK, no investment here, just pistols, right? Like, do you think that's just TSM getting the read and saying, let's just go right at it and not give them a chance to get anything set up?
Yeah, basically. I mean, they knew that they had an edge here. They knew that they had kind of won the early economic battle. So no need to waste any time.
Well, cleanup starts to come through. Just Yum and Alone. Possibly looking for maybe an exit through Garage. Late retake coming in. Maybe just looking to find players running away. And that will indeed occur. Alone does tally enough. You got to give a little bit of a girthy talk to it. Big nasty coming down.
All right, maybe not that far.
Well, set up defensively is looking to get a bit aggressive here. Not only do you have Alone sitting very far forward, but you've also got Ollie in a spot to potentially also help out mid-grass if needed. But largely, TSM have kind of hit the brakes a touch as the tour has been pulled for Wardell, and you have to feel like that very well could be the catalyst for this opening success.
Yeah, it's wouldn't call it a free op. That obviously is spending an ult, but you know, it doesn't tap into the credits. And so that's always nice to be able to get it out pretty early here. Op of Alone is playing out towards middle, as well as that Odin, of course, that is going to be on Moonblue. Lots of A presence being taken here by TSM. Basically a retake A setup here for GK. They just have a little bit of toss utility. Other than that, they have left it open, and TSM will take it. Using their Asher utility to clear out some trouble spots. Smokes are down. They are in. They will plant, and it's going to be one of those classic 5-on-5 retake type situations here for GK.
30 seconds left.
To be honest, for GK, though, these shock darts have stalled the plant. So even though they're still going to play retake, You've got all 5 members that are coming through, but the problem is Wardell deep has the force watching over towards window. Now the retake largely has to come just in towards connector, and Wardell is repositioned, but it doesn't make a difference. Alone trades things back. Big gunfight now starting to unfold on towards the site. Dashing away is Corey.
That will tie things up. Ops out still for both teams, though.
Ollie again, early. The guiding light, looking for maybe some information to see if there's any aggression towards the front garage doors. Not much found there. In fact, if anything, it's just Ollie getting tagged up to about half HP, which makes this defensive hold a bit soft. And it's a recon bolt that came through, just stuck him in the chest for a moment before it is eventually denied.
Wow, yeah. That was pretty wild. If you are going to see mid control being taken up here by TSM, looking to pressure that garage, but Ali steps out with the drone, catches Subrosa, and gets away. Moonblue trying to throw down some damage as well. I think he may have actually pinged Corey a bit. Alone pushes out A and threatens that aggression. So TSM are actually kind of being pushed back here. They've already lost a player. They don't really have much map control anymore. Seekers have cleared out mid for GK on top of everything, and they're going to have to work a little bit harder now to get some space.
Yeah, and realistically, with this kind of flanking pressure through C and through A, you have to feel it for GK. They are very aware that this hit has to be coming through garage, or more importantly, has to be coming through middle, and there is trap wires and star placements. This is a really nice setup for GK to try to deal with this, but the rotation for TSM is going to come through, and the point of contact is a massive one here for Yum. Throwing shoulders. Here's the check. Oh, all the information is there.
That's huge.
Immediately the starter gets placed, but on the same moment, it's Levi who's able to actually open up some space over towards C. So here comes the push. The first 2 kills are in, and TSM have taken the site.
That is so tough, because like you said, GK were so well positioned and had the reads. Moonblue able to at least get a kill there onto a weakened core. They still have a chance to retake this. It's 3 versus 3, but Wardell creates a huge kill to get some access to garage.
It's all about what happens off of this attacking lockdown. Moonblue had to try to commit, and in that effort, falls.
Concussions, GK come into this with just a couple of marshals. So certainly far from ideal, and well, there's one down.
Yeah, Wardell's not going to let you dry peek that ever, it feels like. So lesson learned, even though GK are on a bit of a light buy, just a couple of pistol upgrades to shorties, and I think they did pull 2 marshals, not just the one that we're currently seeing for Yum. So a dangerous round nonetheless. Trapwire should be deleted here as soon as they get reads on top, which they have absolutely done. No problems. Clean take, one more. Revealed and denied. Subrosa for 2, and they take.
Yeah, pretty clean sweep here, and kind of to be expected. GK didn't really bring too much equipment value, so to speak, into this round as the spike goes down, and TSM on the horizon of their 4th. 2 marshals seemingly just going to be used for exits, and should be all she wrote for this one.
Well, Yum wants to kind of maybe play around with it. Here's the marshal shot.
And how they build around that if, you know, their initial game plan doesn't seem to quite work out. But they haven't had to deal with that just yet. A little bit early pressure, though, here from Moonblue.
Oh, a little bit or a lot of it. Great stuff coming out. As the first kill is confirmed, no problem. You even saw for a moment after that first start that it says nearly 3 players were attacked off of the first Hunter's Fury charge. So now 5v4 early, and TSM have to kind of figure out what they want to do. The good news is they did isolate Ollie on the long side at A, and with that, now the defense has to move around a bit.
Yeah, it's a nice pick to at least even the numbers and force the defense to scramble a little bit more. Again, with 3 sites, when you go a man down, you have to make some tough calls on what you want to try to play retake for, or what you want to overstack, or you want to aggressive and push for information. So they've elected to kind of lean heavy towards C. They're just relying on good old Hoff here to just kind of hold position on A site. They're going to have to try to play for this retake. Again, that Asher utility is down. Shock darts coming in from Moonblue to try to buy a little bit more time to allow those rotations. And to be honest, they're all here before the spike goes down, so at least they'll have plenty of time to work this out.
Trapwire underneath Heaven, though, looked like it was kind of a predetermined setup for the Ares in hand. So that gets denied, and now all of a sudden Top has to make a dicey call with the LMG. Cosmic Divide comes out. Corey's still holding close. Nebula is what is mostly...
GK really didn't get any value out of theirs. And so that's going to be 5-2 now for TSM, but we got 3 marshals, shotgun, and sheriff. And, well, Wardell's already taken one of them out of there.
That's going to feel bad for Ollie. First shot came through, no problem, but the flinch correction from Wardell. Callie's first blood, but this quick take towards B has largely been met. They're defensive pressure here from Girl Kissers. They trade back to a 4v4. The spike will still be allowed to plant, but the thing about this is Toph is still inside the site. Unfortunately, not able to make use of that position by Gong. Now they've got a read on Alone as well, who's still playing just outside Garage. Long flank play from Yum. That's been scouted out by the barrel, and that will mean it's all down to 1v3 situation, and well, Bucky to make it.
Oh, at the end, I think Aleko sounds pretty cool. I don't know. You tell me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, or you're welcome. One of the two.
Yeah, one of the two.
I'm glad that happened, or I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yes.
In those moments. I'm happy for you. Or I'm sorry that happened, whichever. But once again, a little bit of a weird situation here, as early information towards C is going to move the defense quickly for Girl Kissers, unless there is a kind of play off at this corner. Yum does not get scouted out before the initial approach from Corey comes out, but the trades are decent, plus the extra kill mid-map means we've got a 4v3, and TSM have gained a lot of presence off the map with Sabrosa's spot.
Bro, they're in BA Link right now. Like, they've that's when you know things are tough on the defense, when you're down a man and this much space to think about. Sabrosa, but Toph, nice clear, gets it back to a 3 versus 3, but this means A is wide open. Spike will go down, and once again, we'll have to see GK go for a retake here. You see that Cypher ult being put into play to get a little bit of information as well here for Toph.
Spike planted.
Just the mind games as well. Alone has been peaked from that corner so often. It's now dictated that Alone has to throw in some early shots. Tour comes out. Shot misses, though. Moon makes safe the turret. Second shot also a bit awry. And as Moon and Alone tally up 2, now it's just on to Rossi to hold. The decent news is the detainment comes out from the lockdown, but hold on a second. You don't want to get too far forward here for Rossi, because you might catch yourself a bit puzzled and bamboozled on where Alone has gone to, and that very well may have been the case. Although Alone does take some shots, Rossi now knows that the point of contact would be from the left. The timing is just going to favor Rossi with the spike cracking down.
Yeah, which is a little bit more powerful now, to be fair.
Fair? Yep.
So definitely can be a little bit more impactful than it has been in the past, I'd imagine. Always been a pretty solid gun, but now it's certainly even more viable.
You are divided.
Star placement comes out. Corey looks like they want to just jump in with the blades. Over the top, nice shock darts coming through and then floating into the line of sight. At least we thought of a number of defensive players, but it's Alone who gets the kill, and then we'll also pally up and find the rifle. Can he make use of it, though? That's the real question. Still trying to work this with Toph. The problem is help was not enough, and now Alone is quite literally stuck in a corner. Shock dart will come through, and oh boy, it's perfectly placed.
Yeah, there was really no way out of that situation.
Just win round, you feel like, here for GK as well, right? I mean,
yes.
So we'll see. Defensively, they are going to get Alone a bit forward. Guiding Light able to help out to see if anyone was maybe lurking over towards A lobby. Not the case in this round, at least not as of yet.
Here.
Defense, though, will start to move, knowing that Alone's got the ability to lock down A long, but with an Aldrone coming through, hold on. They pause, and with that, space now gained through mid-map. A couple of trail shots come out, but it's largely just Toph defensively who'd be here to deal with this play.
Yeah, Corey and company getting a lot of room here inside B side. Could plant the spike. They still have mid control. They can still play back as well. Sabrosa looking to press the link area as well to alleviate some of that retake pressure and ensure the spike can go down. But here comes GK looking to pounce. No kills exchanged just yet, though.
Oh, and you still got Corey who's hanging out backside Gong, making life extra difficult. Alone with the blades, dives on in though. Sabrosa, nice correction. Reads Moonbloom right through the smoke. So now you got to deal with Sabrosa quickly if you're Girl Kissers, and that's a problem because Sabrosa is so good in these spaces. Eventually overwhelmed, but a lot of time has gone off from this spike defusal. Cosmic Divide comes through defensively. Now all the darts and utility comes out. Alone is still holding on to this. Not quite. I don't think getting it to halfway. It was darn close, but this might be enough. And yeah,
made it a lot easier for them to close that thing down, and now they're up 9-2 with 1 round to play.
Early Seekers, early spam.
Well,
Ares go bird.
all right then. Of course, the Ares is kind of godlike right now for the price.
Yeah. But hey, if it works, it works. And such is the case, at least for now. Good information on Alone. Spam shots will be there.
Oh no.
But Toph will at least
Toph
secure
says,
the
wait
trade.
a second. You're not getting away with that one for free. Dude, every time I see Toph's name, I can't think of the character of Avatar The Last Airbender, Toph. Even though it's not spelled the same, but it sounds the same. And so any of my Avatar The Last Airbender fans out there, I hope I'm not alone. I shouldn't be. Please don't make me alone.
There's probably a follow-up joke there about Alone. You know.
Okay.
You could be alone with Alone, maybe? Question mark.
Then we wouldn't be alone, would we?
You wouldn't be.
Got him.
True. 1v3 for Wardell. 40 seconds to play. Is going to elect to keep the operator. And we'll have a bit of an obstacle to hurdle here. And does.
I know there's at
Off.
least an Airbender fan aggressive on both fronts of A. Meanwhile, GK looking to take up along C early, but there is some Astra utility as well as Killjoy there to maybe stall this for a bit, try to buy time to get people to rotate back, and that's, again, the rendezvous of Wardell getting him already into B side for that quick rotate.
Oh, that is a great flash coming through. Somali able to get onto the site. 2 for 1 goes to trade. Wardell wants to actually challenge this quickly through the Nebula, and alone says bet. Frenzy in hand, secures all the first 3 kills, and the spike gets planted, no problem.
Yeah, you can see Wardell was trying to make that quick rotation with the rendezvous, and of course he had the headhunter purchased for pistol round, but no frags really go on their way. Only Alley falls. Leko and Corey left trying to make this retake work here.
It was actually a great dart. Finds so much damage. Only thing you would have liked to see more was maybe finding the double if you're being greedy about it.
And that's a great way to get you in the right direction, as we are going to see Corey and Co. look to get aggressive with this Marshall at long A. Try to gamble a little bit here on this save.
The triple stack through it. Rendezvous will send Wardell back over towards B connector, and what a timing this would be. Headhunter in the strong right arm of Chamber. As the spike gets planted, Sabrosa's already into the site. But is there ability to find any contests? The answer so far, no. Now the peaks and poks starting to come out. You still have a long play from Alico and they're on the back. It just comes down to when do you want to activate this flank? Sabrosa's going to tap. Alone to confirm first blood. And Alico still hasn't moved yet. TSM have been pretty rigid in this retake. Finally, now the move comes out, but Moon is watching this, and Girl Kissers looking like they're going to lock down this spike. Just comes down to cleaning up the final 2 kills.
Bonus here for GK, keeping the Spectres in the areas on Moon Blue.
Get out of my way.
Similar approach here, at least look-wise, from TSM. The problem is it's being met really well.
Oh, wow.
Blades early from Malone. Gets the kill into Wardell, so a greedy play for the orb. I don't know if it's worth it, honestly. It's a 2-for-1 exchange, but Alico up top moves over, and yep, absolutely keeps us at a 3v3.
And Spike spotted from Sub Rosa and now dropped as Moon Blue is trying to come back for it. So the aggression from TSM up middle is going to pay off. Toph now alone.
Be ready, and with not purchasing anything, you feel like that's going to get pulled out immediately.
Yep.
And that's indeed the case, and he's going to get aggressive through C-Long. It's not just holding this angle, it's pushing it. And for a moment, you also saw very quickly, Aleko kind of got aggressive through A-Long, so not a lot of information towards what's over towards main. And TSM are really setting up really aggressively.
Yeah, they're getting so much space. If Wardell gets this kill on top of that, they're just going to be in such a prime position here as he's holding the angle. Does get the kill onto Yum, so they get to keep control of long C. They also had some presence out in middle. And now they can just kind of sit back and play standard. They're in a 5 versus 4. They have Wardell continuing to push. So they kind of know that this has to be an A hit. And they're starting to make the proper rotations to handle it.
Thing about it is you're really kind of locking things down from Alico first and foremost. Full utility, by the way, for the defensive Sova. Corey sneaking in. Might not even be needed.
Bulldog with the buffs that they receive, but it's still a little bit less than ideal.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they've had full armor a single round yet on their offense. GK maybe in the second, but it's been staggering. Let's just hope and pray this works kind of setups. Where now all of a sudden TSM's defense is, well,
look at all this utility.
Yeah, I was going to say they're fully stacked, not just with utility. They've got cash for days.
Yeah, you had so much early detection now between the turret, between, you know, the abilities of Chamber. You just have so many ways to get intel to kind of get a read on how the attack is moving, as we are going to see GK looking to get full control of Garage here. Heavy numbers there. Sabrosa's still kind of keeping tabs on it. Turret in the corner as well, but it does get smoked off, but we'll see if the defense can hold.
Great little gravity well in the mix. TSM, they find 1 kill over. The second comes through as well. 5v3 situation. And largely for Girl Kissers, they have to commit to this. The spike is still down inside the site.
Right.
How do you do that with abbreviated health pools for 2 of your 3 members?
Everything's so well
Alico
covered.
trying to retake Garage. It's just, yeah, there's no room to work with.
That, you know, Garage window is still being held off here by Leko. They had the spam coming through from Sabrosa at long. It's going to connect on Yum. I mean, yeah, this is a nightmare.
Off, still playing close. Maybe a chance, but no. Corey just behind, makes sure that the spam stays safe. And Moon Blue, 6 HP. We'll just elect to try to save. Will TSM allow this?
I think
I don't
this
think
is
they're
2
going to want to,
flawless
but-
rounds in a row from TSM.
Props to the
Facts.
play team.
Indeed. Love the production crew here. Little nerd street for you.
Is it a little taste of your own medicine, doctor? You guys want to spam us through mid? We'll try the same. Not going to connect. And last chance saloon here for Girl Kissers. And it almost looks like it's just frustration into the foray of this round. Trying to rush forward. Good reveals coming out. And oh boy. It's just no matter which way you look, it's just a spam down.